A Muslim woman who refused to stand in court is making waves again, this time in jail.
Amina Ali is refusing to leave her jail cell, and the point she's making could have implications in other areas as well. Here's Tom Lydon.
The headscarf they wear is called a hijab, the Arabic word for modesty. And for some Muslim women, it's a key component of their faith.
Asking them to remove the headscarf in front of men to whom they're not related is like asking them to take off other articles of clothing. It's like being naked.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Which is why the Council on American-Islamic Relations has taken up the cause of Amina Ali, who's awaiting sentencing on terrorism charges at the Sherburne County Jail. Ali can wear the hijab in her cell and while she prays, but not in the common areas of the jail.
Wearing it in the general population, obviously it causes identification problems. It also causes safety and security problems within the facility. Anytime that you would introduce civilian clothes, it also provides an opportunity. I'm not saying that she in particular would do this, but it would provide an opportunity for an inmate to conceal contraband.
It's a practice fairly consistent with other county jails, state and federal prisons. Minnesota has actually led the way in religious accommodations for years now, providing sweat lodges at each prison for American Indians to practice their faith. American Indians make up 5% of the prison population, roughly the same as Muslims, who account for 4%, almost all of them men. But the hijab is also a sign of our multicultural times. According to the census, the state's Somali population is now 32,000, the largest in the U.S. In Minnesota, Muslim women are allowed to wear the hijab for their driver's license photo. And at the airport, a female TSA agent will take Muslim women to a private area to remove the hijab if necessary. The Council on Islamic Relations would like to see the same type of policy in jail and prison settings. Anything else, they say, just isn't fair.
If the accommodation that they have in mind would have her confined to her cell 24/7, then that really seems to be punitive in nature, and it would in effect be solitary confinement for her.
The council says it would rather find a compromise than file a lawsuit, but the case law here is pretty interesting. Earlier this month, the U.S. Supreme Court refused to hear a similar case of jailers who forced a California woman to take off her headscarf in a holding cell. An appeals court had ruled the woman had the religious right to wear the hijab unless they could prove it was an actual security risk and not just a hypothetical one. Tom Lydon, Fox 9 News.